All right, welcome back, my dear friends. How are you? Let's see what's going on for our friends Libra for last week in June. Let's see what's going on. So general reading, okay? So this is a general reading. If you guys instead need an actual reading for yourself, this is general. This is for the sign. But if you guys need a personal reading, like you're going to be blown away for what you're going to learn, or if you want to take advantage of the life-changing seminar, everything is on sale right now, actually, until the end of June. Just go to the address bottom left, setteachings.org, and just get what you need. Thank you. All right. Libra. So we're going to do a general reading that we're going to clarify. We're going to go a little bit deeper if necessary. And then we're going to get some messages from the universe and from your person. And then at the end, we're going to do a round of compatibility signs. How do you get along with different signs at this specific point in time, okay? Talking about clarifying, this is the card of clarification. So you either need to clarify something or you're clarifying something. This is the card of knowing exactly what you want and how to get it. This is also the card of law, of rules. This is the card of authority. You might be dealing with authorities. You might be dealing with justice. You might be dealing with court cases. Some of you might be dealing with an actual authority or military figure even. This is the King of Swords. So in other words, it is the king of military, police, government, anything to do with administration, bosses, etc., etc. Okay, so you might be dealing with one of those figures. All right, so the one thing I can tell you about the card is absolute clarity. In other words, that king is the law, knows exactly what he wants and how to get it. Okay, all right. So it looks like, just from a first look here, that you're preparing to go somewhere, and but you don't seem to be able to get ready, or there's something still missing. There is something, regardless how hard you work, there's something still missing. There is, and this doesn't have to be. It could be love, it could be work, it could be you gotta sell something. Suppose that you need to change homes. Perhaps you need to move for work, whatever reason, and your house is for sale, but it just doesn't sell. It's like you're very close, but it just doesn't sell. So in other words, you're waiting for something to conclude, to finalize, in order for you to get what you want. In the meantime, you're working, but the money, again, it's barely paying the bills, and at the same time, everything is on hold because you need to finalize whatever it is, and you're stuck, and you can't get things going the way you want to, because something must be concluded or finalized first. Some of you are waiting for something from a judge, from a lawyer. Some of you are waiting, perhaps are planning to get married, and there is documents missing, etc., etc. In other words, it's almost as if you're almost there, but not quite. Okay, so let's dig into the main reading itself. So it is obvious that although you're still stuck, but you're going to get it done regardless. You're almost there. You need 1 wands to be completed. This is 9 wands, and I can see that the wands are coming. In other words, one way or the other, and perhaps you have different ways of getting this done. See, here we have 2 wands, and here we have a bunch of wands coming, news, and here we have a 1 wand. So you're going to get to 10 wands regardless. In other words, this project will finalize, and you got different options even, you know, but right at this very moment, you are stuck. You're just waiting for one or the other to finalize so that you can get what you need to get in order to go to the next step. So based on this card here, which is a new cycle, there's no question that you're going to get it done, just not yet, and you don't know which of these 2 or 3 different options is going to come to fruition. There you go. Here we have a judge. Here we have so-called justice, the Libra there, and that's you, by the way. And as I said before, some of you are waiting for a verdict. Some of you are waiting for a legal case to conclude. In the meantime, you are holding on to your money. You are saving as much as you can. Some of you have legal bills, and some of you are talking with different people. But I can tell you that it's going to get done, concluded, finalized by the time a Leo season comes around, which is towards the end of July until the 21st or so of August. So that's when you're going to find your strength back. That's when if it's a house, that's when it's going to be sold. If you're waiting for a loan, if you're waiting for a settlement, if you're waiting for something to get finalized, it's going to get finalized July, August, okay? In the meantime, you're talking to lawyers, you're talking to people, you're talking to experts. It doesn't have to be law. It could be anything. But because of this King of Swords, this mostly represents something to do with authority. It could be police, it could be army, it could be judges, it could be lawyers, it could be even a notary public. Perhaps you need something to get notarized in order to finalize your deal. It could be blueprints that need to get approved from an authority figure. Perhaps you need a permit for construction. Whatever it is, I don't know, but you are waiting for something. Well, I can tell you that you're going to get it. There's no question. Just not as of yet, okay? So in the meantime, you're getting ready, you're preparing, and I don't see any really major problems here. The only thing I don't see, however, is there are no love cards on the table as of yet. So let me take a look at what's going on here for some of you. So yeah, you're going to get the news that you're waiting for. This is, do you remember before I told you you needed 1 wand in order to complete your project? There you go. In order to complete whatever, to finalize, there is your wand. So now you got 10. So you got news, which will give you, this news will bring you whatever it is that you need, the last piece of the puzzle to complete your project. And this is the card of clarity. Remember before I told you the King of Swords is extremely clear about what he wants, and this is the card of clarity itself. Because after the King you get the Ace. So this is now your project is finished, completed, finalized. Your project, whatever it is, your loan, your verdict, your settlement, it's finalized. So now you can get on and move on, you see? So now you're looking at moving on, and you're going to be just fine. You see how the cards are, it's like what do you call it? They go perfectly together. I told you you needed the 1 wand to complete your project. And here is you like waiting and waiting and waiting, right? And so then I told you got news coming in, and there's the 1 wand to get to 10 wands, meaning your project is complete. So now it's finalized. So now 10 of wands, here we have a 10, which means a brand new cycle. 10 is finished, and then what comes after the 10? Number 1. So now you have everything clear. Most of you are gonna win. If it's a court case, whatever it is, you're gonna win. So now you're ready to go. Now you're ready to go, and this, of course, is a port. But today this could be an airport or a station, or it could be a way out. In other words, this fellow is preparing to go out. And I can see that you're going to be fine financially, you're going to be well off, but I can also see that you are by yourself. There's no one with this beautiful woman. She's rich, yes, but she is by herself. So it seems to me that this last week of June, most of you are not going to be concerned about love, but mostly about finalizing certain things, court cases, permits, loans, sales, purchases, So it's a week of reconciliation with projects that needed to be completed. But I can see that you are going to start a very lucky, positive cycle. Now, what about love, as the song says? Let me see, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. It couldn't be any more. It couldn't be any more clear than what it is. So here we have a judge. Here we have a dead relationship. Here we have a moving. Do you remember before I told you needed 1 wand to make it 10, right? Well, here's your 10, my dear friends. So this is the outcome. This is the final, what do you want to call it? Yeah, the outcome. So as you can see, we have a relationship that ended, and this is a sad story. Here we have a judge, and here we have you getting your 10 wands, complete your whatever it is, and now you are on the move, and here's you waiting to get on your way, right? Now, I had to tell you about some of you, of course, for some of you there was cheating involved. We got 3 people here. 1 person doesn't belong. But once again, you're going to be back on top, and you're going to be just fine in the end. So I wouldn't worry too much, and you're going to have the money that you wanted. So you're going to get the settlement. It's going to be in your favor. In other words, the verdict or whatever it is you're waiting for will be in your favor, my dear friends. Okay? So that's the week for you. That's the week for you. Of course, it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone is getting a settlement. Not everyone is getting a divorce, but I'm reading what I see on the table, okay? So take it with a grain of salt, and if it's not you, then that means there's no news for you. It doesn't mean that the reading is wrong. What it means is it's for somebody else. It's as simple as that. All right. So as far as signs on the table, I'm just going to read the top row, okay? So here we have Aquarius, here we got Leo, we got Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, and Pisces, okay? Those are the signs you might be dealing with, my dear friends. All right. Yeah, I don't see, I know you're asking me, what about love? No, this week you're not concerned about love at all, okay? It's material things this week. 4 cards as always. Honeymoon, okay. Well, so you're going to be going on a honeymoon, some of you. That's nice. And let's see now messages from someone or the universe. Like it says, not all Libras will divorce or marry or go on a honeymoon all at the same time, right? It's all basically, it's the energy I'm reading, not a specific person. All right, so let's see what we got here. 1 and 2. So we got 2 messages from the universe. Karmics and regret. All right. Well, some of you are dealing with karma, leveling, justice, lesson learned. Some of you are dealing with some people who don't like you. Third parties. I told you that there was cheating involved. So third parties fit right on. And somebody made a mistake and now they're in regret, okay? They're in regret. All right, so that's the reading for you guys. Now we're going to do everybody's favorite, compatibility, science compatibility. All right. Now, of course, when I read these cards now, I keep in mind the general compatibility of each sign. We know that certain signs don't get along with other signs no matter what. But I'm going to give priority to this specific time of the year. So there might be a sign that you don't get along with normally, but perhaps right now you are, based on the energies, you are compatible, more or less. Okay? All right, so let's start. So you are Libra. So we're going to, as always, we start from Aries and we go full circle, okay, until Pisces will be the last one. So Libra with Aries. So normally Libra with Aries wouldn't go along, okay? 2 different ways of thinking. And as a matter of fact, total betrayal and stabbing in the back. Taurus is similar. You're going to go broke with Taurus. With Gemini, yes or no, but they're too volatile for you. See, they're always ready to go on a trip. They always go on adventure. With Cancer, it can work, yes. A lot of passion, a lot of fire. With Leo, yes and no. Not yes in the short term, not in the long term. In the long term, you're either going to go or they're going to go. With Virgo, yes, it will going to work. Absolutely, you guys are soulmates. With Libra, well, yes, but eventually you get bored and one of you just leaves. With Scorpio, forget it. Scorpio is, you're going to be confused. This is the Queen of Wands, the King of Confusion. With Sagittarius, forget it. Tears like you won't even believe it. Capricorn, yes, it's going to work. Absolutely. With Capricorn, it's a lot of work, but yes, at least you got an objective in front of you. With Aquarius, yes, it's going to work. Complete victory. And with Pisces, yes, absolutely. Fire and passion, you complement each other like crazy. There you have it. So I predicted each and every card, and I think I got about 11 out of 12. That's not bad, isn't it? All right. Thank you, you guys. And if you need a personal reading, bottom left. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? For God's sakes, how can you not subscribe to a beautiful channel like this? But not only that, helping me grow the channel. I'm just joking, of course, but helping me grow the channel so that we can offer more and more, okay? I'm planning all kinds of different things, but of course, the numbers have to be there in order to allow me to do more and more, okay? And how do you subscribe? Right there, see? See the red button right there? Just click on it. It's totally free. It won't cost you a penny. But it really helps the algorithm of the channel. I really appreciate you. See you soon. Bye-bye.